agus an istá sé am den nocht.
Gumani Dierib, Psiw Skelton yn wyach dy nasiwn ag ysedir nasiwn ty ghaliewe cot diwalish. Marif Bert, Farog sgorbliant o gwish gys calin siachlin y de gwish nyr i dim yn cor gwyntyn y BMW rod o'r un ty gwn fwhwr gwn de hyd o'n.
IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
This is the RTÉ News at 1 with Brian Dobson. Good afternoon. The headlines this Wednesday lunchtime. More than 200 international protection applicants have been moved from Mount Street in Dublin. The government has said they'll receive a range of support services at City West and Crooksling. And 2 young people have died in a single car crash in County Tyrone. The news is read by Brian Jennings.
Work is underway in Mount Street in Dublin, aimed at ensuring no further tented accommodation can be erected.
It's almost 7 o'clock with Vitibiotics. The award-winning Pregnacare range provides specialist nutritional support for before, during and after pregnancy. Pregnacare, with you every step of the way.
Live across the nation.
And on the RTÉ Radio player, this is
RTÉ
2 FM.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Emma Coonahan. A 54-year-old man is due in court later this morning after being charged in connection with an attack on an elderly woman at a nursing home in the Midlands on Monday night.
We're great here.
We are brilliant.
Conservation.
Well done us.
It's 7:30 over to the newsroom for your headlines.
Thanks, Darren. Good morning. Part of Dublin's Mount Street is closed off this morning to traffic and pedestrians as an operation begins to move a makeshift camp housing 200 asylum seekers.
Still, could be worse, did you? Now, 7:30. Thanks, Shane, for that memory. You're very kind. RTÉ Lyric FM, it is Marty the morning at 7:30. Let's get the latest news now with Kate Carolyn. Kate, good morning.
Good morning, Marty. Part of Dublin's Mount Street in Dublin 2 is closed off this morning to traffic and pedestrians as an operation begins to move a makeshift camp housing 200 asylum seekers.
Tá sé bhgéisteach le RTÉ Radio na Gaeltachta.
Príomh Skelton yn wyach ag Malway, tá sí leis na ceanna náisiúnta agus idir náisiúnta galéamhaigh mar diwalís. Mary Bert, Farog, sgorbliant a gwish agus calin siachmian de gwish na'r dim yn car gwn dian y BMW rod yr eintig yn whwr y gwnd ei hiroen. Harlan timpister whwr gwere gar gwynomau gwgwerid drifyn diachlog o reid. Dw'r te feshiron as TLP as i'r hiroen Del McCrossan gwgaffarod i cyntiana le nach mar o ffwr einanele whwr yn ei y cwg. Tá sé dearbaigh go los cían ráchiad iarthóir tearmain bhí fannacht a gampa ar ráide bhótam le clia áirí a bhaidir neamh go dtí gá láthir in ar dheisceart le clia.
Beyonce, Texas Hold'em. Good morning, welcome to a brand new day and a brand new month. Today is Wednesday, May 1st. Time we'll leave you with Gold Breakfast at 8 o'clock.
Online.
On your smartphone.
And on your smart speaker.
This is the greatest. Oh, RTÉ Gold.
Ooh. Saturday, a Star Wars Day. May the 4th, yes it is. Anyway, we've got another hour of RTÉ Goes the Greatest, just about to kick off in 60 seconds with Michael Jackson and Arrested Development. First though, at 8, the latest from the RTÉ newsroom. A multi-agency operation is underway currently to move upwards of 200 people from Mount Street in Dublin, where they've been living in tents. Billy Idol, RTÉ Gold, hot in this city. It's 8:30. Dodgy and Mr. play next. First, let's update the latest RTÉ headlines. And a multi-agency operation is currently underway to move people from Mount Street in Dublin, where they have been living in tents.
It's almost 7 o'clock.
Get a stamp anytime from anywhere with digital stamps on the An Post app. An Post, for your world.
Across Ireland.
Across Ireland.
On FM.
Digital.
And on your smart speaker.
This is the home of the 80s and 90s.
This is Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning, I'm John Harsh. New renters are paying far more than those with existing tenancies. According to the Residential Tenancies Board, costs for new tenants increased by 9.1% last year.
Right, okay. We can all try that during news. It's 7:30. John's in the newsroom.
Good morning. Rents outside Dublin are rising twice as fast as in the capital. RTB figures show average rents for new tenancies in Dublin was almost €2,100 a month, a 6% yearly increase.
Newstalk Breakfast with Ciara Kelly and Shane Coleman.
In association with Air Mobile. This is Ireland's network with the best 5G network availability. Air for all.
This is Newstalk.
Good morning, this is Newstalk Breakfast with Shane Coleman and Ciara Kelly. It's Thursday, the 2nd of May.
On the show this morning, polls open in England and Wales for the local and mayoral elections. Why aren't there more female CEOs? And as the RSA launches a new road safety campaign, we'll hear from the Minister in charge, Jack Chambers.
There's still a high number of people recklessly taking a chance, trying to save an extra few seconds and risking their own lives and other people's lives.
Also coming up, calls for more investment in offshore wind energy. Should women reclaim the word slut? And protesters and musicians are set to gather outside RTÉ today to call for Ireland to boycott the Eurovision.
The Israeli president has said how important Eurovision is to Israel's image. So we don't accept them having a platform to artwash their crimes.
In sport, Dortmund edge PSG for first leg advantage in the Champions League semi-final, while Ronnie O'Sullivan is out of the Snooker World Championship.
All that and more, but first with the morning headlines, here's Shane Beattie.
On 106 to 108 FM. On the Newstalk app, powered by Gold Out and Smart Speaker. This is Newstalk, your IMRO National Station of the Year.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning. A Cabinet Committee on Migration will meet today following the clearing of tents from Mount Street in Dublin yesterday.
087 1400 106 is the WhatsApp. Thank you for that, Cathal. Talk to you again in the next hour. 7:31. Let's get the news headlines. Here's Andrew Louth.
Thanks, Ciara. A Cabinet Committee on Migration will meet today following the clearing of tents from Mount Street in Dublin yesterday.
Here, you'll find music that's pure nourishment for the soul. Positive, encouraging Spirit Radio. On FM, smart speaker and app. Spirit Radio News.
It's 10 to 13 degrees across the country. I'm Mary Elizabeth Bruton with the top stories this hour. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10%, and college campuses in the United States are bracing for more unrest. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
Spirit Radio, Ireland's positive sound, coming up to 7:30 now. Let's get the news headlines.
Thanks, Walshy. More and more children are calling Childline to report incidents of self-harm and suicidal ideation. That's according to the ISPCC, which says its services have seen a dramatic increase in calls for help in recent weeks.
24/7 on the Today FM app.
On FM. On the Today FM app. And on your smart speaker. Play Today FM.
It's 6 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Quisha Conley. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
Search Tesco Stronger Starts for more. Tesco. Every little helps.
7 o'clock in the morning on Today FM, Thursday morning, 2nd of May. We've got your latest news right now with Quisha Connolly.
On FM. On the Today FM app. And on your smart speaker. Play Today FM.
Good morning. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
It's quite cloudy out there and wet this morning. Bands of rain drifting across the country. The rain will linger across the west and south through this afternoon, and it may be heavy at times as well. Staying drier further north, however, with moderate blustery winds, and highest temperatures 8 to 13 degrees Celsius. Latest in sport coming up with Philip Egan in a moment. First of all, an update on the news with Quisha Connolly. Morning, Quisha.
Morning, Ian. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
Win
in Treeloss. Le Beat 102 103.
I've a lovely birthday present for you. Tá brunta sprehla Allen a gum dit. Tá brunta sprehla Allen a gum dit.
Go on, try it. It's Latta E. Le Beat 102 103.
Good morning, I'm Jade. The cost of rent is rising twice as fast in the country as it is in Dublin.
For a smile you want to see, go to clearbraces.ie.
Hi, how's it going? It's Cooper Noon on iRadio with Now Stream World Class Entertainment. The time is 7:58. It is Thursday morning, the 2nd of May. Let's get you up to date. Here's Una.
Dentists offering out-of-hours appointments, and if you're running late this morning, you could blame your iPhone. Here's your latest.
Radio Newsfeed.
The cost of rent outside Dublin is rising twice as fast as the capital.
And at Lunkard Street into Limerick is congested between Corbally Roundabout and Island Road.
Here's what you need to know now.
I'm Emily. Here's what's happening. The average rent for a new tenant has increased to almost €1,600 a month.
Don't delay. Call Julik today. 065 682 3232.
Across Clare and beyond, and the IMRO award-winning local radio station of the year. This is Clare FM News.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Tara Duggan. Rents are rising more for new tenancies than existing ones.
With EI Electronics, Shannon's largest employer and global leader in the manufacture of fire and carbon monoxide detection products.
It's just gone 7:30 Clare FM. It's time right now for your morning news and sport with Fiona. Good morning.
Thanks, Colm. Good morning. The average rent for a new tenant in Clare jumped by 20% in the past year.
I know you feel it. Cork's 96 FM's Freaks with Al Gibbs.
On your radio, on your phone, and on your smart speaker. This is Cork's 96 FM News.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Mairead Tuig. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by up to 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
Cloudy this morning with some scattered heavy showers. Top temperatures 8 to 11 degrees. It's 7:30 now. Mairead's got your headlines.
The average rent for a new tenant has increased by up to 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
Drive time on C103. Weekdays from 4 with Brittany Ferries. Experience a different side of France and Spain. See their website for flexible ticket upgrades.
On FM, online, and on your phone. This is C103 News.
At 7 o'clock on Thursday morning, the 2nd of May. Good morning, I'm Barry O'Mahony. Average rent for a new tenant has increased by up to 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
For mortgage protection that's streets ahead, visit layalife.ie.
Insurance provided by iptiQ Life SA. Leia Healthcare Limited, trading as Leia Life and Leia Healthcare, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
This is C103 News.
The average rent for a new tenant has increased by up to 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
Visit busairn.ie for timetable information.
On your radio.
On the Go Loud player.
And on your smart speaker.
Play Red FM.
Good morning, I'm Kelly Murphy. A 57-year-old man who was charged with murdering his wife after her body was buried beneath the stairwell of their home in Youghal will go on trial next year.
Red FM weather.
With Casey's Furniture. Transform your space with our expert interior design service. Find out more at caseys.ie or call in store.
Keep getting caught with that new tag. It's going to be a wet day today, cloudy and overcast and plenty of showers, 11 degrees later on. We have €80,000 plus some change that we want to put in your bank account, so we'll do it next. Hang on.
Good morning, I'm Kelly Murphy. A 57-year-old man who was charged with murdering his wife after her body was found buried beneath the stairwell of their home in Youghal will go on trial next year.
Further details on how to protect your health and environment are on our website, donegalcoco.ie. Donegal County Council, protecting the environment.
Live, on air, online and on the Highland Radio app.
This is Highland Radio News.
Good morning, I'm Michaela Clark with the news at 10 o'clock. The Cabinet Subcommittee on Migration is to meet today, where it will hear updates on efforts to process asylum applications quicker.
You won't be late with 98.
Fragma Toka's Miracle is playing next on 98 FM's Big Breakfast with Now. Stream world-class entertainment. It's 8 a.m.
Live from the Dublin News Centre, I'm Emma Tyrrell. Average rents for a new tenant in Dublin are almost €2,100 a month.
Revamp your kitchen with style. Get an affordable and quality design from the experts.
It's Noyex Newman. Kitchens, floors, decks and doors.
On FM, on your mobile, and on your smart speaker. Radio Nova.
News for Dublin, Kildare, Meath and Wicklow.
Radio Nova News, I'm John Hart. News of a health boost and in sport, Kane on the spot. 2 new hospitals for Dublin have been given the green light in a bid to cut waiting lists.
Dublin's Q102.
With Harry Corrie. Put a spring in your step and fresh new looks in your home. In store or at harrycorrie.com.
Harry Corrie, see what's in store.
This is Dublin's Q102.
Good morning, I'm Hazel Nolan. It's 8. The government is looking to buy or rent empty properties to house asylum seekers.
No, some things are better left unseen. Yeah. Better left to the imagination.
The mystery.
Now, 8:31 just about. Let's get the morning headlines from Hazel.
Well, new tenants are being hammered for higher rents. A new report from the Residential Tenancies Board show they're paying significantly more per month than those with existing tenancies.
It's almost 8 a.m. Time to send that someone a little something to let them know you're thinking of them. On post for your world.
Here's what you need to know now.
I'm Emily. Here's what's happening. The average rent for a new tenant has increased to almost €1,600 a month.
It's almost 7 o'clock. Time to experience true comfort with Black Ladder Workwear. The only workwear with a lifetime warranty on all seams.
This is FM 104.
Good morning, I'm Hazel Nolan. It's 7. The government is looking to buy or rent empty properties to house asylum seekers.
FM 104's weather.
With Curie's Bellegarde, the home of Renault and Dacia in South Dublin.
This is FM 104's Strawberry Alarm Clock with misquote.ie. Low-cost car insurers for learner permit drivers with exclusive savings at misquote.ie.
It's 7:31 and Hazel has your update now.
Well, new tenants are being hammered for higher rents. A new report from the Residential Tenancies Board show they're paying significantly more per month than those with existing tenancies.
Chemist Warehouse, big brands, big savings. Located in Blanchardstown, Henry Street, Dublin, Dunleary, Ashburn and Navan.
Online, on digital and 106.8 in Dublin. This is Dublin's Sunshine 106.8. Sunshine, 106.8.
With the latest from the Sunshine Newsroom, good morning, I'm John Hart. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10% to almost €1,600 a month, with the average rent for existing tenancies at the end of last year at almost €1,400, up by 6%.
Here on Sunshine 106.8, it's a cloudy and wet day ahead of us today. Well, certainly this morning it's going to be more patchy in the afternoon with highs of 10 to 12 degrees. Let's get you your update now from the Sunshine Newsroom.
Thanks, Robbie. Good morning. Latest figures from the Residential Tenancies Board show the average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
Only at the Crockwell Furniture, Crockwell County Galway, 2 million stock clearance sale. But hurry, as sale must end this bank holiday Monday at 6 p.m.
8 for 8 game on the way in just a few minutes. If you want to play, all you have to do is message the word game right now to 086 3833 553, and it could be you taking on the letter C this morning. We'll see.
On FM across Galway, on your smart speaker and in your hand.
This is the sound of Galway.
Galway Bay FM News.
Good morning, I'm Cueva Colleen. Our top stories at 8. Cost of rent outside Dublin rising twice as fast as in the capital. And camera assistant from Clifton races across the world's largest ocean. The President of Engineers Ireland, Dr. Ed Harty, has presented 10 members from the West region and neighbouring regions with their parchments for professional titles.
Temper Trap, Sweet Disposition here in your Big Bay Breakfast at Galway Bay FM. Just past 8:30 on this Thursday morning.
Galway Bay FM News Headlines.
Gonna get a traffic update from Johnny very, very soon. First, here's Cueva with your latest headlines.
Good morning, our top stories at 8:30. The Taoiseach has told the Northern Ireland Secretary that Gardaí will not be sent to police the border.
This is magnifico. Terry Lamb fruit and veg. We are local, we are fresh, we are beautiful. We love our fruits.
Those ads are spectacular, I have to say. Please keep the votes coming in for the traffic jam. In the meantime, for news and sport, it's over to Bernadette Prendergast and Ollie Turner.
FYI Galway.
Estate agents say landlords are prepared to leave properties empty while waiting for a tenant who'll pay more.
So don't pass the road. Call Terrain's Feet, main dealers at Moore, and we'll do you a deal.
First, with the news for Kerry, broadcasting on 96 to 98 FM. This is Radio Kerry News.
It's just after 8 o'clock. The headlines. Man sent forward to Central Criminal Court for Ross Cemetery murder trial. Owners of Edenburn House deny it will house Ukrainian refugees, and laws setting up safe access zones around abortion service providers passed into law.
Keep up to date with the latest news for Kerry. Online at radiokerry.ie, on Facebook and on Twitter.
Good morning, I'm Brita Forrest. A 42-year-old man has been sent forward to the Central Criminal Court to stand trial for the murder of Killarney man Thomas Dooley in Ross Cemetery.
Terms and conditions apply. So don't delay, call today to Liam Lynch Skoda, Farron 4.
News and sports update on Kerry's Full Breakfast.
The time now is 8:31 and Breda's here with the check on news headlines. Good morning, Breda.
Morning, Elaine. Good morning. Man sent forward to Central Criminal Court for Ross Cemetery murder trial.
That's the Killarney electorate area debate this Friday morning from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. on Kerry Today.
First, with the news for Kerry on 96 to 98 FM. The 1 o'clock news on Radio Kerry.
Good afternoon and welcome to Thursday's 1 o'clock news. The headlines. Tralee father says social media companies must be held responsible for content in wake of daughter's death.
The suicide imagery that it depicted came from TikTok.
Health watchdog finds University Hospital Limerick has impacted on patients' dignity and privacy.
The health watchdog found the continued state of the escalation at UHL isn't sustainable.
And Rose of Tralee CEO says it's inappropriate to comment on reports of legal action.
Our understanding is that this relates to a loan that he advanced to Kerry Rose Festival Limited.
Good afternoon, this is Mark Lynch with the 1 o'clock news on Radio Kerry. A Tralee-born father says social media companies and regulators have questions to answer about how children are being protected online following the death of his daughter.
That's the Killarney electorate area debate this Friday morning from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. on Kerry Today.
First, with the news for Kerry on 96 to 98 FM. This is News 30 on Radio Kerry.
It's 5:30 on Thursday, May the 2nd. The headlines. Drag racers on Fenit Island tearing up beach use for local access.
People who are out walking and see this carry on are terrified and won't go on the beach.
Road Safety Authority says too many motorists are taking chances with speeding.
Don't take the risk, because if you think you won't get caught, you will get caught.
And Sinn Féin says government needs to follow through on promises following HICRA report into UHL.
The Midwest region is the only region that doesn't have a Model 3 hospital.
Good evening, this is David Nalligan with News 30. Drag racers on Fenit Island are tearing up the beach, which is the locals' only access to the mainland.
Supported by Kildare County Council, the Heritage Council and the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage.
On FM, online and on your smart speaker.
This is KFM News.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Tara Duggan. Rents are rising more for new tenancies than existing ones.
In a survey, this was voted the hardest driving manoeuvre. But what do you think it is? If you'd like to have a guess this morning, do get in touch on text, WhatsApp or voice note on 0833 97 97 97. We'll give you the right answer very shortly.
KFM News headlines.
Just gone 7:30 now. This morning's headlines. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
It's almost 8 o'clock. Time for your free tyre checkup at Fit Up Ireland Tyres, Killianhill, Kilkenny. We fit quality tyres. 056 77 90857. Across Carlow and Kilkenny and worldwide at KCLR96FM.com. KCLR News.
It's 8 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Edwina Grace, making KCLR News this hour. The Garda investigation into last week's fatal hit and run continues at pace, according to the Carlow Superintendent.
See the ready-to-go models at your Peugeot dealer today.
KCLR breakfast on a wet old Thursday morning, the 2nd day of May. We're still in spring, just in case anybody was wondering. Edwina is here with our news headlines.
Thanks, John. Good morning. Gardaí say the Carlow Publics helped them in narrowing down the final movements of both motorcycle and car that were involved in last Wednesday's fatal road incident at Sandbrook.
With the new Apple Green service station, now open at Clondrina on the Ennis Road.
On FM, online, on the Live 95 app and your smart speaker. This is Live 95.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Fiona Madigan. Two mayoral election candidates for Limerick have had a clash of views over the issue of a northern distributor road for Limerick.
On Limerick's Live 95. Now, coming up, we're giving you the chance to win the cash with the question. Now, though, at exactly 7:30, it's time for the news headlines with Fiona.
Thanks, Katrina. Two mayoral election candidates for Limerick have had a clash of views over the issue of a northern distributor road for Limerick.
It's almost 8 a.m. Time check brought to you by LTB Tiles and Bathrooms. Time to get down to LTB Tiles and Bathrooms, Longford and Roscommon. Massive sale with bathroom wall tiles from $9.95 per square yard.
On FM, online and on mobile. This is Shannonside Northern Sound News.
It's 8 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Daniel Considine. The Taoiseach has told the Northern Ireland Secretary that Gardaí will not be sent to police the border.
Or call 0818 22 7777. But as always, take care on the roads around the region. Let's go to the newsroom now and get you up to date with the latest news headlines and join Daniel Considine.
Thanks, James. Good morning. A Cabinet Committee on Migration will meet today following the clearing of tents from Mount Street in Dublin yesterday.
Suits and casual wear available in all sizes, including plus sizes for larger boys. MrJamesForMen.com.
First and in full with your news in Cavan and Monaghan. This is Northern Sound.
It's 8 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Zoe Tunney. Gardaí are seeking the public's assistance in locating a 34-year-old who was reported missing from his home in Mulla, County Cavan.
Now, it is a dull, damp start to the morning, so damp road conditions, greasy road surfaces a possibility. Thankfully, no major issues being reported to us here. Just busy in the usual little pinch points that you'd found around towns and villages, particularly where the schools are situated. 8:31 for this Thursday morning, and Zoe Tunney has joined us again for a news update. Zoe.
Thanks, Sean. Good morning. Gardaí are seeking the public's assistance in locating a 34-year-old who was reported missing from his home in Mulla, County Cavan.
It's almost 1 p.m. Time check brought to you by LTB Tiles and Bathrooms. Time to get down to LTB Tiles and Bathrooms, Longford and Roscommon. Massive sale with up to 50% off shower doors, bathroom vanity units and water closets.
On FM, online and on mobile. This is the News at 1 on Shannonside Northern Sound.
It's 1 o'clock. The headlines this lunchtime: over 1,000 cancellations at Cavan Hospital last year.
Frequently then people end up in the day beds, and then consultants can't carry out scheduled operations because they have no beds.
Residents in Williamstown, County Galway, have raised concerns that they could be left without a GP service from next month.
I was just happened to be at the dispensary this morning, and the place was full.
And the Cabinet Subcommittee on Migration meets today, where it'll hear updates on efforts to process asylum applications quicker. Good afternoon. The Cabinet Subcommittee on Migration is to meet today, where it will hear updates on efforts to process asylum applications quicker.
Shannonside FM death notices are broadcast 4 times daily, after the news at 8 a.m, 9 a.m, during the news at 1 and at 5:25 p.m. weekdays. You can view the death notices on our website and post your condolences on shannonside.ie/death notices.
On FM, online and on mobile. This is the main evening news on Shannonside Northern Sound.
The headlines this Thursday evening: no accommodation for over 100 asylum seekers in Dublin city centre.
So up to 100 men now are just waiting on an email, but they've been told they can't sleep in Mount Street, so they're kind of just left.
Dromahair residents write to Taoiseach over proposed refugee accommodation.
It's not consultation. They just tell you what's happening and when it's happening. No more, no less.
Cavan councillor highlights dangers of social media.
Parents, myself, included, there's so much unknown that we don't know about.
And in Shannonside sport, action continues at Punchestown. Good evening, I'm Dan Dooner. A group of around 100 asylum seekers have been told there is no accommodation available for them.
It's almost 7 o'clock on the Voice of the Northeast.
On time for the spring clearance sale at Dominic Smith Expert Electrical, with huge reductions across all the leading brands, including Miele, Samsung, Whirlpool, LG and Bosch. See you in store now at Navan, Cavan and Blanchardstown Retail Park, or at DominicSmithElectrical.com.
On air,
online,
on your smartphone,
on your smart speaker.
This is LMFM News.
Good morning, I'm Cillian Murphy. A Cabinet Committee on Migration will meet today following the clearing of tents from Mount Street in Dublin yesterday.
Young adult and student leave cards accepted.
On air,
online,
on your smartphone,
on your smart speaker.
This is LMFM News.
Thursday morning, 7:32. Time for news headlines with Cillian Murphy. Good morning, Cillian.
Thanks, Chris. Good morning. A Cabinet Committee on Migration will meet today following the clearing of tents from Mount Street in Dublin yesterday.
The time is 8 o'clock.
Midwest Radio's top of the hour with EirGrid, managing and operating the electricity grid for a cleaner energy future. For more details, visit airgrid.ie.
Online at midwestradio.ie. Live on your phone and on air.
First for the news across the West.
This is Midwest Radio.
It's 8 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Tara Duggan. The Taoiseach has told the Northern Ireland Secretary that Gardaí will not be sent to police the border.
This message is brought to you by Midwest Radio with the support of Comisiún Naman through the Sound and Vision Scheme.
First for news across the west of Ireland. On air, online and on your mobile device. This is Morning Edition on Midwest Radio with Michael D. McAndrew. The headlines.
New tenants paying significantly more for rent, with largest gap in County Sligo, where there is a 36% difference. Mayo deputy raises the issue of Ballyhona's primary care centre in the Dáil. Dentists offering out-of-hours appointments to try to clear a backlog of medical card patients awaiting treatment. Study by University of Galway finds Irish children are not as happy as they used to be. And in sport, Mayo minor girls too strong for Sligo in last night's Connacht Championship. Good morning, you're welcome to Thursday's Morning Edition with Michael D. McAndrew. The average rent for a new tenant has increased by almost 10% to almost €1,600 a month.
Envirotherm 094 925 4000 or see enviro-therm.ie.
Your number one radio station across the region. You're listening to Midwest Radio. This is Midwest Radio. Live from the west of Ireland, online, on your phone and on your mobile device. It's time for the main lunchtime news and sport. The headlines.
Investigations underway after a food truck was stolen in Galway.
Public meeting for farmers to meet EU contenders this evening in Claremorris. Call for the swimming pool in the Oris Attracta complex to be made available for public use by Swinford local election candidate. Use of fertiliser drives up the risk of farm payment penalties. While in sport, live commentary of tomorrow night's Connacht Minor Championship clash involving Mayo and Leitrim.
All of those stories to come in just a moment.
The bank holiday weekend is upon us. Anything could happen. The National Lottery. It could be you. Play responsibly. Play for fun.
And you're very welcome to Thursday's Lunchtime News with Teresa O'Malley and Michael D. McAndrew. Gardaí are investigating after a food truck was stolen in Knocknacara, Galway.
If you want to progress your journalism career, apply online now at learningwaves.ie. Closing date, Friday, May 24th.
Live from the Midwest Radio Broadcast Centre, it's time for Evening Edition with Alana Nolan, bringing you the latest news across the west of Ireland.
The Department of Public Health, along with HSE West and North West, is investigating a single case of confirmed measles in County Mayo. The RSA is urging people not to take risks on the road ahead of the bank holiday weekend. Data from the RTB shows that new tenants are paying an average of €16 more a month in rent compared to existing tenants. The IFA to host a meeting in Claremorris this evening, allowing to meet the MEPs and candidates running in this constituency in the upcoming European elections. While in sport, Connacht confirmed the signing of hooker Adam McBurney from Edinburgh. We'll have all these stories to come after this evening's death and funeral notices. The death has occurred of Patrick Paddy Bradley, Tala Ballycroy, suddenly at Mayo University Hospital. Reposing at his residence this evening until 7 and again tomorrow evening until 7. To house private at all other times, please. The funeral mass will be live streamed on the Lacambie Community Centre Facebook page. And that concludes this evening's funeral notices. Midwest Radio extends sympathy to the family and friends of the deceased. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. All funeral arrangements are available to view on midwestradio.ie, where you can also leave a message of condolence. And you're welcome back to Thursday's evening edition. The time just gone 21 minutes to 6. Gardaí are investigating after a food truck was stolen in Knocknacara in Galway.
It's almost 7 o'clock. Volkswagen and Ireland have come a long way together. Continue that partnership with a 241 Volkswagen at Michael Moore Portarlington VW.ie. On FM in Laois, Offaly and Westmeath. On your phone, your smart speaker and on Midlands183.com. This is Midlands 183 News.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Cameron Clark. The average cost of rent for new tenants in Laois saw the largest increase in the country in the final quarter of last year.
I need your help with something in a sec because I hope it's not only me who does this.
Midlands 183 News.
Time now is 7:30 and Cameron Clark has your latest.
The average cost of rent for new tenants in Laois saw the largest increase in the country in the final quarter of last year.
Contact our events team at 071 919 4300. The party starts here at the Glass House.
On your radio, mobile, smart speaker and oceanfm.ie. This is your number one local station, Ocean FM.
Good morning. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Catherine Gaffney.
New tenants in the northwest are facing higher rental prices. Sligo came in above the threshold of €1,000 for new tenancies, while Leitrim had the lowest average rent for new tenancies.
But yes, I know what you're saying. He's a toy boy, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that either.
Toy man. Have a go if you think you know it. You can text or WhatsApp your guest along with your name and location to 083 3500 530. Enough about the underpants. Let's get back to more serious matters with the latest news headlines. Here's Catherine.
Thank you, Kevin. Good morning. New tenants in the northwest are facing higher rental prices, according to the latest data released today by the RTB.
Sick of hard water limescale destroying your showers and kitchen appliances? Talk to 1-8 Filtration. Call us on 067 53886 or check out our online shop at 18.ie.
Online.
On your smartphone.
On your smart speaker.
Play Tipp FM.
And on FM across Tipperary. This is Tipp FM News.
Tipp FM News.
The headlines: progress being made on upgrading water services in Tipperary.
Uisce Éireann's next phase of works, which will benefit 1,138 customers in the Littleton and Horse-and-Jockey area, will see the laying of new water mains.
Government considering further cuts to the supports given to Ukrainian refugees, and the Ursuline Thurles to compete in the finals of a national debating competition today.
We've definitely all gotten much more comfortable and confident speaking around people and in crowds.
Good morning, this is your main morning news at 8 o'clock on Tipp FM. I'm Pat Murphy. Over 1,100 homes and businesses in mid-Tipperary are set to benefit as a €2 million Uisce Éireann upgrade project progresses.
Order your free sample hearing aid today. Call 1-800-370-000 or visit hiddenhearing.ie.
OK, everybody, cloudy and wet this morning with rain for us all. The rain will linger for a time in the afternoon and evening time. It'll be heavy at times as well. Highest temperatures 8 to 11 degrees. 8:30, Pat's here. Morning, Pat.
Good morning, Andrew. Micheál Martin says Gardaí will not be sent to the border to police immigrants arriving from Northern Ireland.
You better throw a party on the day that I die.
Across Waterford, on mobile and the smart speaker, this is Waterford's WLR.
WLR News at 7 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Dymphna Nugent. A Cabinet Committee on Migration will meet today following the clearing of tents from Mount Street in Dublin yesterday.
Elton and Brittany together, that's Hold Me Closer. 7:30, Dymphna, what's the latest this Thursday morning?
Main story this morning, Ollie on Taoiseach has told the Dáil he will seek an update on the Waterford Airport business case.
All live from the heart of Enniscorthy, brought to you in association with
Your Town Soon. Latest, local, live. This is Southeast Radio News.
Hey, it's 8 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Brona Gately. The cost of rent outside Dublin is rising twice as fast as in the capital.
All inside the Irish Farmers Journal. You cannot afford to miss it.
Good morning to you. Waking up to a wet Wexford this morning. 2nd of May. At 8:31. Now let's get the update on the headlines. Brona Gately has the details. Brona.
Thanks, Phil. Good morning. The cost of rent outside Dublin is rising twice as fast as in the capital.
Let us help make your house a home. More info at kkwindows.ie.
On your radio and on your smart speaker.
Play East Coast FM.
This is East Coast FM News.
It's 7 o'clock, live from the East Coast News Centre. Good morning, I'm Hugh Walsh. The average rent for a new tenant in Wicklow has increased by almost 6% to €1,300 a month.
Or visit trinityvolkswagen.ie to view our unbeatable offers.
Volkswagen. Best-selling claim based on latest published figures.
East Coast FM, Wicklow's favourite radio station. It's Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Thursday. I don't even know what day of the week it is. What's going on? What day of the week it is? What's going on with the week?
Listen, I don't know what the story is. I'm scouring Met Éireann to try and find some good news. I'm like, where's the 19 degrees we were promised? I know it said sort of more northerly, but I'm afraid there's not much sign of it. It does say the clouds and drizzle are going to drift across Leinster this morning, so maybe they'll disappear with a bit of sunshine this afternoon. Here's hoping. 12 degrees in many parts of Wicklow are approaching that.
Let's get the latest from the newsroom. Here with your headlines. It's Hugh.
Thanks, Rob. The average rent for a new tenant in Wicklow has increased by almost 6% to €1,300 a month.